Welcome back to another episode of Ravnica Roulette for Magic the Gathering goodness. However, not so goodness for the girls from Dum Dum Die. They are 2-1 down to Stefan at the moment. Kirsten's gonna have to bring it. She's playing the Simic guild kit versus Stefan and his favorite guild, the Orzhov Syndicate.
Hi everyone, welcome and thanks for joining us for this episode of Ravnica Roulette. I'm Stefan and today I'm joined by Kirsten, who's just come from an underwater swim. Yeah.
Swim in my lab.
How's the Simic Combined doing these days?
Always well.
I'm getting to play Orzhov, which is my favorite guild. Very happy about that.
So excited. I've been waiting for this deck for months. I've been dreaming about my Crab Shark Crassus beauties coming out of the woodwork.
My promo card is Teysa, Orzhov Scion, legendary creature. I can sacrifice 3 white creatures to exile another target creature. And whenever a black creature I control dies, I get to make a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. So big combo potential with this card.
And I've got Zagana Utopian Speaker. She's a legendary creature, merfolk wizard. I'm ready.
Cool. Okay, well, good luck and have fun.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you. I had to mulligan. So only, I had 1 land in my opening hand, which I knew wasn't going to take me anywhere. Then I had 2 lands in my second hand, and then obviously Orzhov Basilica. Bit of a setback because I always have to return a land, but sorting my mana is going to be important because I don't have a lot of resources.
I am going to play a Simic Guild Gate that comes in tap.
Cool.
And I'm going to pass the turn.
I'll draw and I'll follow that up with a swamp. Pass the turn to you.
I'm going to play an island. And I was supposed to draw a card. Not exactly sure how that one works. Let's leave him for now. And I am going to put into play nothing. I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay. That's good for me.
Probably bad decision, but we're going to go with it. There are no bad decisions, only failed experiments. Nice. And those are learnings.
I am going to play Orzhov Basilica. In order to play that, I need to return a land to my hand, which I'll do so. And pass the turn.
Okay, so I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play an island again. And an artifact, noob question. Artifacts, do they just stay in play?
They stay in play, yeah.
Okay, cool. Right. Then I'm going to tap 2 to play a Simic Signet, which is an artifact, which for a cost of 1, I can add a forest and water. The Simic Signet artifact gets more land into my hand. So yeah, it's permanent. It helps build the base. And then I'm also going to play the experiment one, which I'm going to tap the Simic Guild Gate for, which is a creature with Evolve. I have my human ooze out. He's ready to do some amazing things.
He's going to get bigger when you play bigger things. And his second ability, remove 2+1/+1 counters from him and regenerate him. So stop him from dying.
Ooze never gets away.
Is that you for the turn?
Yes, I'm going to pass.
Okay. I'm going to summon Orzhov Pontiff. He's preaching there from the pulpit, and he's preaching death. When he comes into play, the Pontiff is really cool. You can either play him before combat to boost your army if you've got a lot of creatures out, which I didn't, but she had a 1/1 out, and he's also very good because he can also kill off small creatures on your opponent's side. He's got an ability called Haunt, so when he dies, he gets to basically imprint that ability on another creature, and when that creature dies, I get to use those effects all over again. That's really double duty for all of my creatures. Either creatures I control get +1/+1, or creatures I don't control get -1/-1. I'll choose the second option to kill your
So he is dead.
He just dies, yeah.
This doesn't bode well. Okay. Let's put that back. And then I'm going to play a forest. And I'm going to bring out the Elusive Crassus. And the Elusive Crassus can't be blocked. And he's also got Evolve.
Okay, but he's untapped, right?
Pardon?
He's untapped, right? Yeah.
He is untapped, yes. Sorry, he has Summoning Sickness. So I bring out my Elusive Crassus. He has got Evolve. This is going to be a beautiful thing. He's a defensive creature. He can't attack, but the more creatures that I bring out that are stronger than he is, the more I get to up him. So I'm ready for a good long haul with this little guy.
I will summon Teysa Karlov. She's one of the main characters of the Orzhov Guild. So Teysa is a really cool card. She's got 2 power and 4 toughness, so a pretty big body, which makes her good in combat. But more importantly, her ability really just gives me the chance to double up on any of the trigger effects I get if my creatures were to die. So very combo orientated, and this Orzhov guild kit as well is very reliant on being able to kill creatures to get an effect. If I can get a cool effect by killing off my creatures and get double that effect, I'm in an even better spot. The Orzhov guild kit also focuses a lot on some of the creature tokens. She gives my creature tokens vigilance and lifelink as well. Again, an important benefit. That guy is a 0/4, so not much point in attacking. I'll just pass the turn.
Don't go easy on me, Stefan. Jeez. I'm going to play a forest.
I'm not going easy, it's just a pointless attack. You'll just block and my creature will be tapped, so...
And I'm going to play the Coiling Oracle, which is a forest and an island. And when he enters the battlefield, I reveal the top card of my library. If it's a land card, I can put it onto the battlefield. Otherwise, I put that card into my hand. And I got an extra island. I'm running out of space. There's a lot of land here. Not much to do with it, though. Okay.
It's good for me.
And... so much land. What to do?
So just here, because he entered the battlefield and he's got Evolve, he's got more power than that guy, so he actually gets a counter.
Oh, yes, so he gets a +1/+1 counter. He gets the counter.
He gets the counter, yeah.
So now he's a 1/5.
1/5, that's unblockable, yeah.
So he can actually attack now.
He can attack, and there's nothing I can do about it, yeah.
Do I want to leave myself open? I have a meat shield. He's done his job, really.
A meat shield.
Snake elf druid shield.
You Simic view things in an interesting way.
Controlled experiment. Yeah, why not? Okay, I'm going to attack with the elusive crest.
Okay, first blood. That puts me down to 19.
Oh, God. So much hurt.
Okay,
and I pass the turn.
Thank you. I will play the Imperious Oligarch, Angry Grandma as she's known. I get to play the Imperious Oligarch. It's a cool card. It's called the Angry Grandma because of the artwork on the picture there. But she's cool. She's 2 power, 1 toughness. But importantly, she's got afterlife. So when she dies, I get to replace her with a 1/1 flying spirit, which is good, giving me the evasion. But also being combo orientated in the Orzhov deck, being able to sacrifice a creature to get an effect and immediately have it replaced with another creature, which is potential fodder for a future ability. That's a great spot to be in. Combining that with Teysa, it means every time the Angry Grandma dies, she brings back 2 little flying grandchildren. Really great effect. And then I will attack you for 2.
And you don't have trample, right?
No.
Okay. Oh no, my controlled experiment is dead.
And I will then also... After combat, play Orzhov Basilica for 2 mana, summoning the Pitiless Pontiff. I play my second Pontiff. This one is also cool because it asks me to sacrifice creatures, and in exchange for sacrificing them, I get a cool effect. 2 actually. Death Touch and Indestructible, which is a wonderful combination on a creature, makes it very good as an attacker. People are very reluctant to block against that. But now I've got a sacrifice outlet for my creatures, and I know that Teysa is going to double up on any of my sacrifice effects that I get. So again, the combo really is starting to build.
That's a terrible card. Why would you do this? Okay.
And your go.
All right. I'm going to untap my land. And I'm going to play the Simic Growth Chamber, which means I need to return a land to my hand. But when I tap it, I can get a forest and an island.
Okay, that comes into play tap, right?
Yes. So I'm going to tap that. And then I'm going to play the Fathom Mage. The Fathom Mage has Evolve when a creature enters the battlefield under your control. No, whenever a +1/+1 counter is put on Fathom Mage, you may draw a card.
Okay, cool.
I desperately need cards in my hand. This Fathom Mage is going to get me there hopefully quicker. So let's just get some creatures into this hand. Yeah, let's get rid of somebody over there.
Are you attacking me, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can't block, so I'll take 1 damage, go to 18.
Okay, and I pass my turn.
Yes, more mana. That's what I was looking for. I will attack you for 2, 4.
Do I want to block it? Do I want to?
It's a nice card drawing engine that when you can get it to evolve.
Yeah, and I need cards. So actually, I'm just going to take it. Going down to 16.
Okay, and that is me for the turn.
Okay. Let's reset all the things.
Yeah, you have a lot of mana, so I'm worried that you're going to start playing some big creatures just now.
That would require me to have more than 2 cards in my hand. And I'm going to play an island again. And I'm going to put in a Trigon Predator. And the Trigon Predator has flying, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may destroy target artifact or enchantment that player controls.
Okay, that's a tough one. Trigon Predator, not too happy about seeing that because it's got flying, so it's evasion, and obviously every time that it hits me, it's going to kill one of my artifacts or enchantments. At this point in time, I don't really have any artifacts or enchantments out, but later on I might want to play some, so it's going to be a tricky customer to handle if it really gets going.
My Trigon Predator, flying, he can remove enchantments or artifacts. I'm so ready. My beautiful little seagull dinosaur is going to do some very wonderful things. Yes, I'm going to pass my turn.
That Predator is a problem. He's a flyer that kills my cool things, all my toys. Let's see what I can do here.
I'm slightly worried about all these things on your board.
I've got a bit of a combo here. I just need to start exploiting it now.
There's no rush.
So I've got a removal spell in my hand, Final Payment. Again, it requires me to either pay life or sacrifice a creature, which I know is something that I want to be doing. I just drawn my first artifact for the game. So when the Trigon Predator's ability hadn't been relevant before, I don't really just want to play out this artifact and simply have Kirsten attack me back, kill it. I don't really get any effect out of it. But I said, now's a perfect opportunity for me to get rid of the Predator, you know, double up on some of my sacrificing effects, and then I got to follow that up with an artifact that's going to be sitting on the field until she finds another way to remove it. So what I'll do is I'll pay 1 to use the Pitiless Pontiff's ability, sacrifice another creature. He gains Death Touch and Indestructible at the end of turn. I'll sacrifice the Angry Grandma.
Oh.
Because when she dies, Afterlife triggers. So he's got Death Touch and Indestructible. But Teysa says if a creature dying causes ability of a permanent I control to trigger, it triggers an additional time. So I actually get back 2 spirits instead of 1. And he's got Death Touch and Indestructible.
Damn you, Grandma.
Then I will attack you for 2 Death Touch and Indestructible.
Oh, they're all precious to me, my babies. My little experimental babies.
And then I will also...
Is there an also, though?
Yes, there
Is
an
there?
also. There is indeed. I'll pay there too. Final payment. As an additional cost to cast the spell, pay 5 life or sacrifice a creature or enchantment. Destroy target creature. I'm going to sacrifice this creature, and his ability is Haunt, so when he dies, I can haunt a creature, and obviously when the haunted creature dies, either creatures you control get -1, or mine get +1/+1. But Teysa says that ability triggers twice, so I'm going to haunt that guy twice.
So that means that they would get +2/+2, or mine would -2/-2.
Or -2/-2, yeah.
Pesky afterlife.
So I'm going to arrange him in such a way that I haunt him first, and then that is going to take effect killing him, and I will choose the -1/-1.
Okay.
Or -2/-2, rather.
Okay.
So both that one as well as your Fathom Mage will die.
Right now, there's nothing I can do.
Unless you've got a counter spell or some other effect.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Display artifact. Now that your Predator is no longer there to get rid of my cool things. You'll go.
I am displeased. I'm very displeased. Really doesn't help when you draw cock. Okay, I'm going to play a Simic Growth Chamber. And I return a land to my own. It's in his hand and it comes in tapped. I'm going to play Gaia Sage. And it has Evolve for any creature that comes in stronger than me. And if I tap it, I could add a forest for each +1/+1 counter on the Gaia Sage. And... yes.
Okay, so that's 2 unblockable damage. Nothing I can do about that. I will drop to 16.
And I passed the turn. Deck, you need to get yourself and pull yourself towards yourself. Seriously.
Up to this point in the game, my turns have been very action-packed. I'm doing several things all in one go. Kirsten's been a little bit slow. She's only really been playing 1 or 2 spells every turn. Okay, I'm going to tap here and 2 there. For 6. Treasury Thrall. So he has 2 abilities. He's a 4/4. First one is Extort. Whenever I cast a spell, I can pay either black or white. If I do, each opponent loses 1 life, and I gain that much life. Then his second ability is whenever Treasury Thrall attacks, you may return target artifact, creature, or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. I will go to combat and attack for 6.
You're just rude. 14 minus 8.
8. And I'll pass the turn to you.
Oh, how gracious.
I'm lucky I haven't seen any crazy experimental
Yeah, thank my useless deck at this moment.
shark, octopus, crabs and things.
I know, I'm waiting for them. And I'm going to play Urban Evolution, which means I can draw 3 cards and I may play an additional land this turn. Finally, I get more cards! And oh, what beautiful cards they are. 3 of my islands, so that's 5.
Yep.
And I'm going to tap my Simic Guildgate.
It's also a big spell from your side.
So that's 6. And I'm going to put in the Nimbus Swimmer. That with X I can put +1/+1 counters on it. So it's going to come in with 3, if it's 6, and
It should be 4 counters then, yeah.
4 counters. So he's now a 4/4 with flying.
4/4 flyer, that is a big one. And he's going to trigger Evolve there on your other guy.
On my other guys. So now he is a 3/7.
3/7.
Okay. Coming back.
Coming back, yeah. Ish.
And I'm going to attack you with the Elusive Crassus.
Okay, that puts me on 13. 4/4 flyer is a big one.
And I'm going to pass the turn.
Okay, let's see what I can do now, because I am going to die very quickly. I can't deal with that guy. I'm going to attack with the Treasury Thrall, as well as the Pitless Pontiff.
Okay.
And then when that triggers, I'm going to bring back the Imperious Oligarch to my hand.
Grandma, why?
Yes.
But I'm on 8, so...
Just block. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll just trade those guys out. Okay. And I will, after combat, play the Imperious Oligarch again. And pass the turn to you.
Rude, just rude. Okay, let's bring all these guys back. Okay, and draw a card. Every time.
Another card there, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you have quite a bit of mana now and 4 cards, so let's see what you're going to do this turn.
I'm going to spend some mana and put the Simic Sky Swallower,
Sky Swallower.
who is a Leviathan creature with flying and trample and has Shroud, so he can't be the target creature of spells or abilities.
Oof, okay, that's a tough one.
And he's a 6/6 and expensive. And because he's bigger than this one, yes?
Yes, yeah, he'll evolve.
Turn to a 4/4. So now he is a 4/8. How much have you pissed me off?
A little bit.
Finally, my beautiful flying, trample, shrouded Leviathan creature can come out and actually smack the Orzhov upside the head because they're just being damn rude. No, you've pissed me off that much.
I feel like regardless of how I answer that question, I'm going to get punished here.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Whether I said a little or a
I'm
lot.
going to cast Miming Slime. Create XX green ooze creature token, where X is the greatest power amongst the creatures I control, which will be...
But suddenly she has this explosive turn where she turns her unblockable creature into a 5/4 unblockable. She has another 6/6 flyer on the battlefield. She uses that in order to create another 6/6 ooze. Out of nowhere, suddenly an army appears. Her life totals, not that low, but mine's not that high either. If I don't deal with any of these big new threats, I'm going to be in a tough spot. It's an army that just came out of nowhere.
Now I'm going to beat you up. So...
Okay,
And I'm going to smack you with a 5/9.
It's going to put me on 8. Not much I can do about that.
Okay.
Is that you for the turn?
Yes. I think I've run out of things I can do.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to make you pay the ultimate price.
Rude!
Destroy target monocolored creature and I'll kill your green ooze.
Yes, because pissing me off really helped you the last time.
Luckily, I've been sitting with the ultimate price in my opening hand. It unfortunately only deals with monocolored creatures, and up until this point, she's only been playing dual-colored creatures. So the moment she plays out the ooze, I'm like, finally, I've got a perfect answer for it that until this point has been dead in my hand. The ooze appears, it disappears just as quickly. My opponent's not very happy about what went down.
Why?
The consume part of consume and consecrate Target player sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures they control. I gain that much life.
So rude. So he's a 5/9 and he's a 6/6, so he gets
Power, yeah. And I'll go back up to 14.
God, you're the worst.
I feel like you're already upset with me, so nothing else I'm going to do is going to make it any worse. Or maybe. Then I'll go to combat. You're on 8.
Shit.
And attack for 8. Exactly 8.
Good game.
Thank you. Good game, well played. Luckily, just that turn, I managed to top deck a card that was going to force her to sacrifice a creature, which was her biggest creature. Not only did I get rid of the only blocker that she had, which gave me the perfect opportunity to attack for exact amount of damage, it also gave me back 6 life, just in case something went wrong and I wasn't maybe able to kill her this turn. Again, it's characteristic of all my turns so far. I get to do several cool things, all the combos come together, and my opponent doesn't really have a lot of options available.
Stefan has a 3-1 victory over the girls of Dum Dum Die. It's quite sad. They'll have to make up for it when we turn the show into The Gathering, bring more magical magicness to you, and watch them play things like Draft, and Commander, and Star, yeah, and all this good stuff. So many different ways to play this game. You're going to find out all about them when we turn Ravnica Roulette into The Gathering. However, we got one more episode of Ravnica Roulette. It's a very special episode because we have a super special guest coming in for our last episode. But to find out who that is, you're gonna have to tune in next time. I can't tell you who it is now because they would like give it away and you'd be like, oh, I don't care. Or, oh, I do care. And that's just not cool. So, cliffhanger, very special guest coming in for the final episode of Ravnica Roulette. In the meantime, like, subscribe, share, ding ding bells on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. For all of the people involved in making this, which is Unplug Yourself, Dum Dum Die, Inkblot Pictures, and the Nexus Hub. And we'll see you again for the final episode of Ravnica Roulette very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching.